Fast and the Furious Hobbs and Shaw. I'm going to say up front, I liked it. But that being said, however you felt about the trailer is probably how you are going to feel about the movie. If you look at it and say, it looks stupid, but I'm probably going to have a lot of fun with it, that's what you're going to get. But if you look at the trailer and say, how can they keep making these things? This looks too stupid, it looks bad. That's probably how you're going to walk out of the theater seeing it. So I'll say that up front. Make your decision based off of how you felt by the trailer because it delivers exactly what it promises for good or bad. It's a big, loud, stupid, and I do preference stupid action movie, but it's a lot of fun. And this brings the series into whole new levels of over the top. But it's slightly self aware, like when they're running from Idris Elba's character, one of them, I think it was The Rock, makes a comment about him being the Terminator. And, little things like that are fun. The banter between Rock and Jason Statham is great, which these two, I know Tyrese Gibson has made a big deal about this, I guess because he wanted to be in it, but come on, he's nowhere near as big of a draw, and The Rock and Jason Statham, they're two of the last real action stars left that are still active. And that's a dying breed when you look at the state of movies nowadays. Even look at the MCU. I would not describe any of those actors as action stars, even though superhero movies have a lot of action. But it's just, if you like old school over the top action, you're going to enjoy this movie. The plot, there's a mystery organization who only wants the strong to survive. They're after a virus, which is in these capsules that Jason Statham's sister injects into herself to keep Idris Elba from getting at it. Throughout the movie, he's constantly getting upgraded. We never see who the head of this organization is. Although I have my theories, even though I haven't seen Fate of the Furious, I know the villain escapes at the end. That's a maybe, but also the way the villain talks at certain points sounds similar to how Ryan Reynolds talks in the movie, so that's a strong maybe. Other than that, I don't know. This movie, I do feel like it could have been a little shorter. Some of the jokes go on a little too long, and yeah, if they had cut 15 to 20 minutes off of this movie, it would have been a lot better. That being said, for those of you that are wrestling fans, and if you like Roman Reigns and you are looking forward to seeing him in this movie, turn your expectations down to zero. Because he just kind of shows up in the background. He doesn't even have a line in the movie. But what are you going to do? It was still fun. And the movie does have a lot of good heart to it at times. Like Jason Statham and his sister, they're patching a troubled relationship. When they go back to Samoa, Rock has to patch things up with his family, which I'm not going to get into it, but he has a pretty interesting backstory. His character's mother is hilarious because just you have all these big, tough Samoans and they're all scared to death of her. In fact, she's the one that makes it possible for them to work together. It's a goofy, over-the-top action movie, but I enjoyed it for that. I don't want to get into too much of spoilers, even though, yeah, there really is not much of a plot to think of. The villain organization is a James Bond level organization. We find out that the Idris Elba's character and Jason Statham's character have a history, which is pretty interesting. Again, I'm not going to get into what transpired between the two of them. As well as, it's great fun to see The Rock and Jason Statham slowly begin to realize how they have to work together, and that if we work together, we can even take out this genetically enhanced, for lack of a better term, super soldier, which is what they kind of have to do in the final fight. They have to work as a unit and even take hits for one another just to land hits on this guy. And I thought that was a, pretty cool scene. I'll let him hit me so you can hit him, then I'll do the same so you can hit him. That was cool. The scene, probably the craziest over the top scene, was with the helicopter and the vehicles, but it was still a lot of fun, which again is just what I want to specify. I had fun with this movie. It's not the best movie ever made. It's not gonna win any Oscars, but if you just want a good, fun, turn your brain off time, this movie will do it for you. The three main leads all had great chemistry together, whether it's the three of them acting together, Hobbs acting with Shaw's sister, Hobbs acting with Shaw, Shaw and his sister acting together, whatever combination they're in, they all had great chemistry together. And that's the main thing. Again, it's not the best movie, but the three leads worked so well together, especially Rock and Jason Statham, that they saved this movie from being complete trash. I know Tyrese is on the salty side about this, but if Tyrese Gibson was in this film, it would have been a wreck, because for one, he's not as good of an actor as either one of them, and two, he just doesn't have that name draw. He's barely done anything outside of the Fast and the Furious, but I'll say good movie, and depending on whether they're going to touch up on this organization and more of the spin-offs, or whether it's going to be one of the mainline films, I may get back into the franchise, at least tentatively. If they keep putting at least the very least, if the spin-off movies are this fun, I will see more of them. But that's Hobbs and Shaw. I give it what's it gonna hurt? C plus. Not the best film, but you can do far worse, and you should at least have fun with it if you think the trailer looked fun. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Over and out.